Hi, welcome to my project proposal. In an age fueled by information and driven by technology, understanding the concepts and process of science is as indispensable as knowing how to read, write, speak, and listen. Adults in the 21st century will need to be scientifically literate to possess a set of skills that marries knowledge of science concepts, facts, and processes with the ability of the use language to articulate and communicate about ideas. This is from Thayer and Davis, and it's just showing the importance of why having science is important and how students need to be literate in science, the process of science as well. Literate, scientifically literate. Now, library materials for Spanish-speaking library users should meet the educational and recreational needs of the community served. Libraries should provide appropriate and culturally relevant materials at a level that meets the needs and interests of various users groups represented in the community. And this is from ALA. And this is just stating that we need to make sure that we're also providing Spanish books. So, because of those two quotes, they both support my objective. My objective is to increase relevant science-related resources for patrons in the library, not only in various formats, but also in Spanish to hit our ELL students. Now, the reason for this, overall, our biggest section in the 500s is animals. Now, if we look at the rest of that section, a lot of it, the highest one after that, 12% is for earth science. So I really want to develop those sides, the 510s, 520s, 530s, 550s, 560s, 570s, and 580s. The average age of the whole collection is from 1997. So we really need to give students updated information on all of these to help them understand the newest concepts. Now, I also wanted to show specifically how old each section is. So even looking at the right now, which we're in 2018, these are the newest ones. In 500, there's only two that is from that this time. 520s, only three. 537, 558, 560, 13, 573, and 581. Now, we did say that 590 is the biggest chunk of the collection, so they at least have 77 books that are updated, and even from the 2000s is 255, which compared to the others seems a little more updated compared. So goals. Our goal is to give students updated books about science that will allow students to understand concepts. Science is vital for our students to think critically, and it starts at a young age. In the TEKS, students start learning about basic science topics in kindergarten and continue to grow throughout 5th grade. Aside from that, providing Spanish resources that meet the needs of ELL students. Now, at our school, 67% are for our ELL learners. So this is a big population. So we need to not only provide them formats in English, we also need to provide formats in Spanish for them to help them translate from one to the other. And just an overall have those science books, because those concepts get started at kindergarten. While they may be very basic, even about plants, they may talk about just the seed, and then from there, 2nd grade, they talk about the different parts and why they're important, how the stem brings the water, the nutrients to, how they're collecting it that way. Compared to 5th grade, how does a plant defend itself compared to anything else? It also tries to do things to protect itself. So these books are vital because they are something that is introduced early on and they grow upon that, and we need to have a collection that supports all of our grade levels upon our English, our second language learners. Solution, developing our science collection to formats in print, ebooks, and Spanish books. Students will need to check out laptops or tablets to access ebooks from home. So that's something that would be additional, that students can check out laptops or tablets to access some ebooks if they don't have those resources at home. Now, aside from that, we also provide Kajits, and this creates hotspots to access ebooks. So if a student not only doesn't have laptops, or maybe they do, they may not have that internet connection. This is something else that can be added for them to check out so they can have all the resources needed. They'll have that hotspot to access the Kajit. Staff development. With all of these collections as a teacher librarian, I know teachers want to have actual ideas of how to use it. So to me, I would teach teachers how to utilize the addition to our science collection. I will actually give them details for how to use a particular book. So I would want to maybe have one for the lower level teachers for kinder and first, and then second and third, and then fourth and fifth, and just really giving them concrete examples of how to use it. Showing them, oh, you can read this book out loud. Students can create a Padlet to map out what they know about plants. So they can easily create and show the technology how they can use it and integrate this book within using it. Compared to the older grade, students can select to read a book because most of them should be reading on level, but if not, having a well-developed science sections that give those opportunities for the younger levels, also give the opportunities for those lower level readers, that they can use that and also read it and feel included within their learning. And they could create a Padlet about what they've learned about the book and let that more be student driven. On top of that, with the different formats, show teachers how to utilize it, saying for our English language learners, our lower level readers, our SPED students, especially those ebooks or e-readers, help them show how they highlight the words, how it's being read to them, how to utilize that within a lesson that allows them to feel included in their learning, not feel that, oh, I have to get this read to, I have to just feel indifferent within how everyone's working as the class. They have that same opportunity by providing those resources in different formats for them so they can utilize those books and take that learning more personal, make it feel that they have control of it. Evaluation and timeline. I right now our science selection is not circulating a lot, and there's always one or two sections that are more used, which is our dinosaur prehistoric section, and our sports section. So out of all of those, our 500 section is barely getting circulated. And I know those dinosaur books, there's only a handful of them that students actually want to check out. So our 500 section doesn't get a lot of circulation. So I'm hoping with a new, updated, and promoting this section, it would increase to 75% in circulation by the end of the school year. Students' science scores would also increase by 40%. Our scores right now are, I want to say, in the 50s, on top of 50% of the time, students students score. So I want to increase that by 40%, just being that as long as if you teach teachers how to utilize these resources, and especially let those science teachers know that you have these resources. I think a lot of times they may not know that, and they may not feel comfortable going, and instead they go to their instructional specialist who pulls maybe some books. So if you create that relationship to collaborate with them, to show them, hey, these are books and how to use them. I know you're about to hit this unit. Here are some great books that will support that. Students can have that opportunity to also check them out, which will help them continue their learning and understand those concepts a little more if they take it home and really try to dissect it. I hope you enjoyed this project presentation, and I can't wait to receive all these books. Thank you.